Good morning.
Hello, hi, good morning, Paulus.
Hello, Dr. Kang. I'm here with Dr. Kang, One Star Diamond Director from USANA. And this morning, we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. It's called the S trap. I'll give you a background about what this is about. Most of you might be familiar with the cash flow quadrant from Robert Kiyosaki, the ESBI. So, we're specifically going to talk about people who are self-employed in the S quadrant. And Dr. Ken will explain to us what is the S trap and typical uh, hurdles, if you want to call it, that people in the S quadrant face. There you go, Ken.
Mm. So what happened is that actually the idea about ESBI is actually from a very famous financial educator, Robert Kiyosaki, in his book Rich Dad Poor Dad. And he mentioned about how where when people make money, they either fall into the E quadrant, S quadrant, B quadrant, or the I quadrant. And the E and the S is on the left side, and B and I is on the right side. And so 90% of the population is on the left side, but they only in charge or control of 10% of the wealth. So the reason being, the people on the left actually trade time or trade their health or trade labor, work as a laborer. So they trade time, they trade their health, they trade their knowledge, and people in the S quadrant trade more on the expertise, on their experience, on the knowledge. So most people will go through this from the E quadrant to the S quadrant. And in the S quadrant, we call it self-employed. So I have to say I'm a typical, in terms of in my past, I'm typical S quadrant person. The reason being, I try to study more because getting more education, getting more experience will actually, hopefully, get me a higher paid job or get me into, more secure kind of uh, position, I would say. So a lot of people, including myself, we try to study more professionally. I myself, I'm a microbiologist, and I finished my honors and I did my PhD. So hopefully, I can get a better position job. I mean, um, a lot of professional people are like that, and we really appreciate these are people that actually contribute, in the society as well. Like for example, lawyer, dentists, accountants, all these professional people. So, however, what Robert Kiyosaki advocates is that how to actually move from the ES quadrant or on the left towards the right, which is the BI quadrant. So what happened is that, like just now, Paul, as you mentioned about the S trap. So the way I look at it is like climbing a mountain, you know. So in the S quadrant, we tend to climb mountains. We get to a specific heights in our education, our life, but there are a lot of higher mountains in our life, right? So we I would say that after climbing this mountain, if we do not come down from that mountains that we previously climbed, we got stuck there. We got stuck there. And then I call this the S trap because think about it. People that made it, they have their reputation, they have their security, they have their fame, they have everything, of course, in terms of financial reward as well. But there's a saying say like what got you here might not be able to get you to a greater height. So I think uh, what is written in the book as well is that how can we use this as a basis, what we have got, what we have obtained, and then try to improve ourselves, and then try to be humble and learn and unlearn again, literally, go down from one hill to get to another hill, to expand ourselves, to actually build ourselves. I think that's what I mean by the S trap.
Excellent.
Mm.
Thank you, Dr. Kang.
Mm.
One of the few things that you mentioned there about reputation, fame, security, I just want to
Oh, you have a very nice note. See, so climbing one mountain, you have to learn how to unlearn and come down to get to another one. See, I like to put it in a mountain. If you turn it around, it's actually you got trapped here.
valley. It's a valley.
Yes.
It's a valley. No?
Yes. Yes, it's another way to understand that. Mm.
So a lot of people find it hard to let go of their reputation, their fame.
But I have to say, people work hard for it already.
Yeah.
And so often when there's a successful business model or successful way that or method, a way that you have obtained success, we tend to cling on it because that's what got us, our hard work, our previous experience got us here. So of course, this is a proven method that it works in the past. However, it might not bring us to a greater heights. That's what I'm trying to say.
So, I mean, if I'm a successful professional in the S quadrant, self-employed, I've got it made, earning a high hourly rate, specialized in my field, that's a really huge valley.
But
Well,
you must understand as well, in the S quadrant, people are still trading time for money. But it's just that the hourly rate is higher compared to the one in the E quadrant. However, the moment when you stop working, you stop earning. So is this what you want to achieve in your life? But however, if you want to move to the right quadrant, and how to have to set up a system to help you make money, it's a totally different ball game. So that's why people say, that's why Robert Kiyosaki say, moving from the left to right, we need financial education.
Okay. And it requires another thing, and that's courage to let go of all those things which matter to you. And I just wonder whether people need to experience an epiphany or a significant event for them to push them over and commit to climb a greater mountain and come out of the S trap. Could you tell us about your own experience, Dr. Kang? Because you got out of the S quadrant and you're at a higher mountain now, right?
I climb a different mountain. So previously I worked in the university, so the income was good, everything is stable. But what happened to me is I had an accident in when I was traveling to Bali. So I actually there was once when I jumped into the swimming pool. I actually hit the bottom of the swimming pool and I actually cracked my vertebrae. There were about 3 months that I was staying at home, lying there. So that got me wonder, like during that time, I didn't know how long it would take to actually recover. And I started to think, no matter how good I am in lecturing or doing research, when I was lying there, I'm no different from another sick person. So, and at that moment, I start to make a decision that, in the future, my income, the source of income must be, the nature of the source of income must be passive income. So, and I have to build asset, to actually allow me to actually enjoy the passive income so that it's more secure that way.
So you've chosen network marketing as your vehicle to go to the right side,
Mm,
one of the big questions people have is loss of social esteem.
mm.
Um, did you experience that, and how did you overcome this sort of perception that somehow it's less of a profession than what you had? You were a doctor and you go to network marketing. Wow.
Mm.
How can you explain to us your
I'm
experience?
I'm a scientist. I'm a
Yeah,
microbiologist. I
yeah,
think a lot of people they do not understand
yeah.
the nature of network marketing, or maybe there are people previously that have not done network marketing the right way. So, but I would say, like for example, in Australia, we are actually government. We are governed by the Direct Sales Association. There's a certain rules and regulations, and what we can promote, what we can't promote, what we can say. And in terms of the company that I work with, there were very strict regulations, and I think all this is to protect us. So towards the end of the day, it's a profession. It's a, I would say it's a profession. You know, it's just how you deliver yourself, and you know, the fact that for me, um, it might not perceive as something glamorous, or people might not understand that gave me the opportunity for me to actually educate or share with others. So for me, I don't see this as a disadvantage. I see this more as an opportunity.
Excellent.
And I have been in this industry for 13 years now. So I can see that what this has, how this industry, this career has changed my life and provide me with different choices. So I would say the I find this journey rewarding, not just in terms of monetary rewards, but also in self-development, building relationship, and you know, and personal growth as well.
So no regrets, Dr. Kang.
No, or else I won't be here.
All
Mm,
right.
mm,
Thank you for your time.
mm,
That's been very enlightening, Dr. Kang.
mm.
Until the next session. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Paulus, for your time. And yeah, I really appreciate this kind of casual chit chat, and we learn from each other. Mm. Thank you. See you next time.